Om, Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang today. And welcome also to the many friends and Sangha around the world who are joining us in real time for Satsang today. Big welcome for everyone. And thank you. Welcome.
What I saw last time with you was very different from everything what was here before. No happiness, no joy, just this looking.
Just the what?
Looking.
Looking, just
seeing.
Looking, just seeing.
And the mind was very funny in this thing, but very strong also.
Okay. This is now or before?
Now also.
Now also, yeah.
A little bit. And something inside says that just, as you pointed, stay with this and marinate in it. And I see how something is also taking me sort of away.
Yeah.
This, and it's something which can make it very busy. It says go to relationships.
Is this the one who is laughing or the one who is watching all of it?
I see these tricks.
Yeah.
And I need some support to do not go with it.
Yes.
Not outside.
Then you must find what can go with it. You see what can go with it. Because if something can go, then you have to make effort to keep him. But if what goes is watched to be going, then you have no trouble. Because you will be the place of the watching of even that which feels, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to go with the mind. You see? It's a very subtle thing. If even that one who says, now I am feeling I'm in a state of grace, and now the mind is calling, and he's got nice fluorescent fingers calling. And something wants to go, but somehow I don't want to go. You see? Then is there not more space in which there is something that cannot go or come, that watches even the feeling that I don't want to go? Normally, everyone misses this one. And then you feel vulnerable. There is something that is not vulnerable. Cannot go, cannot come.
I know.
So then you will see the one who goes or comes is not the ultimate one. This is still one that is phenomenal, meaning that it also appears and disappears. So don't identify even with this one, however intimate it might feel. It is still something that is subject to change. Don't identify with anything that is subject to change. So let the changes be. Don't try to stop them, let them be. But find that which is unchanging. If you find the one which is unchanging, then you will find yourself. Then you don't have to say, I want to stay here, because you are here.
Even these words, I know that it's not real, but I don't know how to explain it better.
Yes. Yes, no need to explain then. If you can see only that even here, there is still subtle identity that feels, now I really need some help and so on. It is connected to the self also. It is an aspect of the self. And it is good to be aware of this. You don't have to dismiss, but you can see, but even this also is observed. Even here, this is observed also. Yeah? By what is it observed? Then the answer you don't need, you just need this. The fact is already there, that it is observed. So therefore, this feeling of presence, this feeling of me, is also not to be totally trusted. Because he's not steady, you see. He's saying, please help me to stay here all the time. You see? The butterfly is saying, please help me to stay here all the time. You see? So you don't identify with this one, because soon he has to go also. You see? So let him also go. This is one of the final ones that will go. Very, very good. But for this, you must keep quiet and keep watching, because here it becomes very subtle, and we are not clear if this is me or just my self-image. You see? And what can me be when you say me? What is me? Is it person? You see? Then you say, no, it's not the person, because the person is also image created. It is also illusory. It is always changing. So this me person feels quite intimate, but now there's more space to observe this. Then comes a sense of presence, beautiful, free mostly of the I-me person, and functioning as just the seeing, which you are talking. I'm just a seeing, and in this seeing, there's neither joy nor pain, nor up nor down, nor heaven nor hell, only seeing. So it means seeing without interpreting. There's just seeing, you see? But then somehow something says, but something is coming here to call me. Then who is the me? Is it the seeing to come and play over here? And I don't feel steady. Then you must find, who is this then that is being spoken to? Is this also a trap, you know? But you must be quiet here. Take time. Really look into it and be clear over and over. It can feel risky also, because there's a feeling that somehow I might discover something that is too big right now. It may be so big that I might be somehow exchanged for that. I'm not sure if I'm ready, because perhaps I still have some attachments to the phenomenal world, and I'm not sure if I'm completely ready to leave them. So this I is this one that can come and go, you see? Then this voice is really believed in. Then it feels like the feelings belong to this one, the thoughts belong to this one, the life belongs to this one. And so nobody wants to challenge this one, you see? Then I only ask you, can this one also not be seen? See? Not get rid of it. No, just can it be seen or not?
Yes.
Yes, so when this can be seen, it proves that this is also appearing. And whatever appears, disappear. And if something appears and disappears, there must be that which witnesses the appearing and the disappearing. Yes.
I know.
Yes. So that which witnesses the subtlest appearing and disappearing, does that disappear also?
No.
You see? Because if that disappears, then something must witness that also to disappear. And everything is becoming so subtle, they are losing all names and forms now. Whatever is composed of the 5 elements, they are observable now. What is composed of thoughts and feeling and energy, sensations, that is also observable, you see. Then what is one who is observing? Is it composed out of any substance? Meaning that, is it also observable? Then you must look. Now, entirely you must put your power into try and discerning, if, can this one, the observer, can it be also observed? You see? Then some people say, it's very frustrating, I'm stuck. I say, no, don't worry about stuck. Just keep turning your face towards this question and keep quiet. You see? Don't try and use the mind to get an answer. Just let the question open up its mystery. You see? Just your very face turning towards this final question is burning. A forest of delusions is burning. You don't know what trees are burning, what wood is burning. That's not your business. Everything is burning. You see? Yeah. This is what you are discovering. And then whatever is left, no one can measure. Nobody can speak about it. It is you, but this you doesn't have a birth certificate. It doesn't have any star sign. It does not have any distinguishing characteristics beyond all of that now.
Something is also keeps saying, it couldn't be that simple and that great.
Yes, yes, yeah.
But I don't want to listen to it.
Eh? What happened? That I doesn't want to be simple?
No. I don't want to pay attention to this.
Yeah. It won't matter now if you pay attention to it. It won't matter now.
True.
You see? If the bird is flying and the dog is barking at the bird can look at him. No trouble. Isn't it? Because this dog cannot catch him, you see? He's flying, and the dog can look, the bird can look. He won't lose his balance. Is it? Okay, and now you can look at everything, and you will not wobble and think, oh my God, it's too much. No. Because you have seen now actions, interactions, reactions, all of these are taking place. But, on whom are they impacting? Also, you cannot find who suffers them. You cannot discern clearly because it is not true. It is all dreamed and experienced in a sort of dream. You must listen and also feel, because this seeing creates movements inside you, and stillness is there also. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. Okay, you come. Okay, come. Namaste.
This is the first time I see you directly.
Okay, welcome.
I know that I'm not the body-mind. I'm free from body-mind. I'm free from this phenomenal world. But I still feel that it is just like a little self. That's not the big universal self that I realized. So I want to ask you to show me this universal self.
Okay,
please.
I'll show you. Don't touch little and don't touch big. Now you do it. You say you feel like I'm not bothered about the phenomenal world, the body-mind existence and its play. I'm not troubled about this.
Yes.
But I feel still that I'm a small self. I am not yet the universal, the big self. And could you show me how to discover the big self?
Yes.
So I say, don't touch small or big. Now you do. Don't touch small self or big self. Don't be small self or big self.
I want to see the God.
Then don't touch small self or big self. Do now, and you'll see God. Don't touch small self or big self.
I think I see, but it's not realized. It's not still realized.
It's still not what?
Realized.
Realized.
It's not like realized. I think I see, but I don't realize.
Whatever you can see, if it is something phenomenal, it will not be the correct seeing. You understand? If it is something that I see, but if it is something that you can see or you can photograph or paint or you measure in some way, it will only be an appearance and it will also disappear.
Yes, for a moment it's like appearance, but I want to be the God.
It reminds me of when my master first met Sri Ramana Maharshi, who became his own Guruji. Papaji traveled and, he went to see Sri Ramana Maharshi. In those days, what happened was that Papaji had earlier had an awakening, and he always had a very close relationship with Lord Krishna. He was always seeing Krishna, playing with Krishna. Also, Ram and Sita would appear to him, and he had this type of experiences. So he grew some confidence in that state. And in those days, he would see all the sadhus come and knock on the doors and ask, for help, alms, please give something for the sadhu. Then he would ask each of them who come to the house, have you seen God? Can you show me God? And all of them said, well, they start to read scriptures. And he said, no, can you show God? Because you are collecting money in God's name. Can you show God? And nobody could satisfy, So he developed some cynicism about this. Then one time, he met one sadhu, and he asked this sadhu, by the way, can you show me God? Have you seen God? And the sadhu said to him, no, I have not seen God, but I know someone who has seen God and who can show you God. He said, yeah? Where? He says, you must go to Tiruvannamalai. There's one Swami, young Swami there, and he will show you God. Papaji was he had not heard an answer like that before. So he wrote down this Tiruvannamalai in the south of India, Arunachala. And then many years later, because he was he was working for some company, and he had leave. I think it was in Mysore or someplace, and he had leave. He says, I want to go to this place to see this sadhu who this one told me he has seen God. So he arrived at Ramana Ashram, and they said to him, who is this, where do I go to meet the Swami? They told him to go, and then when he goes there, then he had to go into a room to meet the Swami. And when he went into the room, who did he see sitting on the bed? The same sadhu who appeared to him in the north, who he asked, can you show me God? And he says, no, I can't show you, but there's one down. There's one down into the Namalai. And he says, you fraud. Look at you. He was thinking, you play this trick on me. I come all this way, and it's you, like this, So then he was very cynical about it. He said, look, they're all fraud, no? So then he asked Sri Ramana, okay, I've made all this trip to come and see you. So now you must answer my question, because you tricked me before. But now I want you to show me. Can you show me God? Like you are telling me now. I want to see God. I want to be God also.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So Sri Ramana Maharshi answered him and said, well, because he himself said, I see God. God appears to me as God appeared for you. And he was feeling very good about it. So Sri Bhagwan asked him, can you show me your God now? So he said, well, I can't do it like that. It's just like he come and he go. So he said, what use is a God that come and go? Papaji hadn't thought about it. Why you can't produce him now? He's part-time God? So he was a bit stuck. He says, okay, can you show me God? Ramana said to him, I cannot show you God because God is not an object. God cannot be seen because God is the seer. God is that which sees, but he cannot be seen. You see? So somehow that did something in Papaji, and it had completely reversed his mind. You've been looking for an object, but God is never an object. God is the subject. So it was a completely different perspective. I say also, what is happening here? What happened? It fell out, okay. What happened? What? Fainted. Not fainted. Huh? Oh, because if you faint, you don't smile. She is the one who is seeing God. Isn't it? You want to meet God. She is meeting God. Then why is she leaving then? When somebody's faint and you say, why? And they say she's fainted and she's going, no. And then they say she's smiling. It's not fainting, you see? So anyhow, I say also, God cannot be other. All your life you have been playing with other. Other. Everyone is other. Even your beloved is other. Mother is other. Father, other. Church, other than you. Now you make also God other, meaning not me. And then it says, I am is the name of God. The presence of God also. I am, it says. And all of us feel the sense I am. This is the same I am. Then if God says I am, and this I am is before even intimacy itself, then why do you refer to God as you? Why is he not I am? So you say, I want to see God. No, actually, I even want to be the God. Well, you cannot be God if God is other, and if you are you. When you realize that you are the other, even to you, then you will know God. When you realize you yourself are other to your own self, then you will know God.
I know that I am a part of God.
Which particular part are you?
But I want to be a totality of God.
Yes. It is understood because they say if you go to the ocean and you take one drop from the ocean, that one drop also has the DNA of the whole ocean in it, isn't it? But you cannot say, when you show the drop, you cannot say this is the ocean. You cannot say it's the ocean.
Yes, so I cannot see I am God. I won't be the ocean.
Say again?
I want to be the ocean.
You want to be the ocean.
I feel that I am like a drop in the ocean.
Yes. Again, you are stuck with images and you're stuck with names and forms. I told you, again, you said you feel like little self and you want to be big self. Then I told you, don't touch little self, don't touch big self. Why don't you do this and see what happens at least? Why don't you do it? Anybody can do. Don't touch any definition. I am so small, God is so big. So don't touch small, don't touch big. And what is your size? Don't think only. You can think a little bit, but don't only think. Feel also. If you're neither small nor big, then what is your size and where are you? You say, I am not the body and I'm not the body-mind. So let's leave that.
Yes.
Then you say, but I still feel small. So don't be small and don't be big. And what? You don't even have to speak it. What you will say is not so important. What you see will be important. You're going to see what cannot be seen and measured.
Yes, I see the totality, the God, the totality. I see.
Okay, you feel totality.
I feel totality.
You feel totality. So you who feel totality, then don't touch this you also. You follow? Because you touch you and then you have duality completely there. Then if you don't touch you, don't touch this feeling of me, then where is even totality even, you see? What is remaining? What is remaining you cannot describe, cannot measure. But you see, this is my easy response, but nobody wants it. You see, it's gone beyond your mind, you see. What I'm pointing you is before your mind. If you go to your mind, you are not going to meet, you're not going to discover. Because mind itself is limit. Don't touch small self, don't touch big self. Then you say, then what remains? You say, I feel the totality. Then I say, don't touch I who feel totality. What remains? Then you say, totality. Then I say, then be the totality beyond the concept of totality. And what? We're not creating. We're not creating. We're not creating. I only want you to see. You just see and be. See, be. Just be, see, BBC. It's BBC. Huh?
Thank you.
You follow or not? You got it? Go back then.
I have not got it, but it is...
Yes, yes. Good, good. I have not got it. I have not got it. And this could be the greatest discovery. I have not got it. You see? And I'm not just playing, we're having some fun, but God has a lot of fun also. No? If you understand inside your heart what I'm pointing. Because the mind wants to produce something that it says, I've got it. I've got it. You see? I've got it. You bought a lingam in the market and you think you got Shiva in your bag. And he says, no, it's not like that. It's a bit more than that.
Thank you, Mooji.
Very good, okay. Huh? Okay, come.
Dear Mooji,
Hello.
I'm so grateful. My body is fighting me not to ask this question.
Oh, your body is fighting against this question?
Yes.
Oh, good. It must be a good question. If the body is fighting, don't ask this question, because it will do this. It starts to do all kind of. Don't ask. So I want to know what this question is. Yeah?
I don't know how to embrace myself and my body.
You don't know how to embrace yourself.
Because I feel imperfect. Because I am dependent on insulin. I have diabetes. And I don't know how to detach and still or surrender completely, because this body needs my attention every day.
I also have diabetes, but I've not got to insulin yet. And I'm told what I should not eat.
I take good care of myself.
Yes, I don't. Now, some people are going to say Mooji is very irresponsible too. Any doctors in the house? So, two different things you're talking. One is your fear and perhaps your dedication to take care of your body as much as possible, to not let the situation get worse, and to maintain at least, to not fall on the wrong side of your treatment or something.
Yes.
Okay. But then you say that you are not able to embrace yourself fully because the body needs all this attention. Yeah. There is no problem about this embracing yourself. Yourself does not have diabetes. You must discover that which has no diabetes. You must know this. I am not advising that you have diabetes or anything. Don't take your medicines. I'm not saying any of this. I'm saying that you are not that. Take your medicine by all means, but do what you have to do. But don't take this attitude. Also, many people come to satsang, they get a bit sick, they feel sick, they get flu, they start to imagine they're dying. The hospitals are full of Europeans thinking they're dying and are very disappointed that they're just being given penicillin and sleeping tablet. They want to think that they're dying. I say, no, it's just some reactions in satsang. Who you are not is falling away, and it is being interpreted like you are dying. Who you are not is dying. Who you are cannot die. So, by all means, if you feel ill, illness also is a kind of treatment. It is a healing, too. Especially if you allow it without panicking and fearing and trying to counteract it. By every means, if you want, you can treat. Take something for relief or to help the body to recover, help the immune system if you want. But don't register that this is something bad happening to you. In the same way, this feeling that, the diabetes is pulling all my attention there, which stops me from fully being myself. This is not true. This is really not true. First of all, your pure self cannot have diabetes nor any other disease. It just cannot. It is free of that. And I'm looking for an opening where I can show you now.
Is it fear that I'm feeling? It doesn't feel as fear because I'm aware that I have this and it's that I identify myself with it, but I can also take a step aside and see that. I just don't know how to let it be. This controlling thing that I have to take care of myself. I want to be free of that, but I don't know how to get away from it.
Sometimes too much energy is given to this notion of taking care of yourself. It's like only you are taking care of yourself. And that's why you take on such a responsibility like this. But something has called you to a deeper realization of your true nature, and you are to try and trust this also. To trust this, that is a greater healing, a greater seeing, a complete, to offer you the chance to recognize and be one with your completeness. But something educated, your educated self, your emotional self, something is there that is just kind of caught by, it's fear also, fear-based also, you know, that I need to be doing this and this takes up a lot of my time. But that is really coming a lot from the mind. It is not necessarily so. Kings and queens have ruled kingdoms with a tremendous amount of attention and care and so on, and who have been awake also. And it has not affected their realization at all. Even it continues to enhance even, because it has not created any separation in that way that now you can't do these things because you're awake. Nothing like that. You become so totally empty. In fact, your mind becomes very simple in its functioning, which it seems the world does not value. A mind that moves with the heart and is in harmony with the universal or cosmic being. We venerate the mind that is full of, intention and determination and ego. This is given value in the world, but a mind that is moving in harmony with the being, it's not given much, because you can't exploit this kind of mind. It's not a sheep. You're not a sheep mind. You see? So you must come to some clarity what you want today. Look upon today like today is your last day. And how can you use this, sometimes it's good when you don't have time. When you don't have time, you can accomplish everything. When you have too much time, you accomplish nothing. You just sleep and waste your time. But when you have little time, or when you have just enough space, you begin to appreciate it, and you see, if I say today was the last time you will be operating in this body and so on, where are you in your life right now? Is it unfinished business? Is it, oh my God, there isn't enough time to do all the things I want to do? Where do you stand in this moment, you see? And what kind of question will you want to ask now? Because if this is what's on your mind, it's very weak. It's very weak. Yes. If your mind is mostly preoccupied with your health and, I've got to do this, then you really want to get rid of this mind right now. You have to go up. Go to the elevator, go up. You have to go up into the height of your being now. Because this mind is no good. This mind is worse than diabetes. Okay? This mind is worse than diabetes. Because he wants you to be a slave to the body, Yeah.
That's how it feels.
Yes. So how much longer do you want to continue like that?
Not a second more.
Okay, so what we're going to do now then? Is that all you are? Is that all there is left in you? Is there no more space left in you? You can watch the intense suck to go, like some strong reflex to go to the body, but you are observing that also. You can feel and observe it, no? There's something, a strong pull is going there, but something is not pullable also. Then if you start to pay attention to that, you may find, I don't know, it takes me a lot of energy to stay here because it really wants to go there. You see? And I say, yes, you're watching even the feeling that it takes a lot of energy. Who is the one making energy to be here? Who is the one who is taking energy to be here? Watch him and see if it is you, really. Because he's living in your name. The one who is taking energy to stay in the unmoving. Oh, I can't stay there, Mooji, I've got to go here. See if that is you. Because if that is you, then you're going to be living a very tired life, or you're going to living life tiredly. But if you crack the code today and see, aha, I caught you. Yeah. I've been holding on to this rat. He's going all over the place like this. And thinking it's me. Now I can cut him loose, let him go. And you be. Not go, you be. Which doesn't mean there's no movement in you. By all means, there. Let the movement move. Let the movement is part of your dynamic expression, but not that movement. That movement is born from the ego. That is different. And you must discern the difference, starting from now. You see? So I say this again now. You feel that so far, so much energy has gone to serve this. Yes? Actually, it's not needed. There's a lot of room inside you to relax a little bit, and it will be better for your diabetes, actually. Okay? You have to be aware now. Like, okay, there's a strong thing, and there's fear there. That if I don't go here, it will be detrimental, it will not be good. And that's what's sucking your energy. Because you have to be your own nurse. Okay? So let's give life a chance to see how life takes care of this condition. If life is going to put it on the front page or not. Or is there something much, much more true? That is a life that is full, that you should not be suffering your life. Don't be living a diabetes life. You are life. There are things you have to do for your diabetes. It's part of it, just like there's things you have to do if you're a mother, you're an awakened being, you still have to look after your children and so on, but it will not be a burden. It will become lighter. Because the ego, the mother ego is gone. So everything becomes lighter. Then the diabetes ego has to go also.
The diabetes ego, that's what strikes me now, because...
It's what?
It strikes me when you say that, because it feels like it's not my ego, it's my body only.
Yes. You think it's if your body, but then you say your body is in this condition, but something, that's not just the problem. The problem is who is suffering it. And the sufferer can have different levels of suffering for the same condition. If it becomes personal, then it's going to be not very good. It's not going to leave you much time, to give to any other aspect of your expression. It's like you're going to be like a one-trick pony. You're always, everything, your whole life is talking about diabetes, your friends, then they don't want to see you anymore because all she talks about is diabetes. So for this, you must go again and say, take a look at what it is that's going there, and it's saying it's me, but that's just my life. What can I do now? You know, because I've got to live with this for the rest of my life. Don't nail yourself into a box. So you're aware, okay, this condition is there. There are many people, almost everybody, have some kind of condition they have to cope with in some way. But that very thing they're going to use to help them to win their liberation. Let it become an asset. You see? Don't let it put you at a disadvantage. It's all mental, in fact. I wonder if you follow these things. We are mostly suffering from this rather than this. Pain may be here, but suffering is in here. You, with your diabetes, can become the most free person in the world, the most happy, the most alive. That you can go and treat your doctor. When he says, you know, gluten-free, you will say, free. You follow though what I'm speaking?
Yes,
okay,
I do.
No, that's good.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Someone has a strong urge to come to the microphone. Somebody has a strong urge to come to the microphone. Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mooji.
Hi.
If this is my last day, I'm ready to go.
Huh?
I'm ready to go if this is my last day on this earth in this body.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, so if it's your last day on earth in this body, okay, last day, then let's make it more interesting. It's the last hour. Then we cut it in half with the last half hour. Last 15 minutes. The last 7 minutes. Yeah.
I'm not playing this game with this body. No, let's go. Come, let's go.
Last minute. Last 30 seconds. Last 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Boom. Speak now after the clock has stopped now. Say something.
I'm aware of the mind, wanting to think of things to say.
For you, the clock has stopped. For
it
you,
doesn't
clock
rule.
has stopped. Clock of life, clock of mind has stopped. Past has stopped. Future is stopped. Identity is stopped. Relationship is stopped. Attachment is stopped. Belief is stopped. Everything is stopped now. So, Speak now something. Because now you have to speak without reference. Reference means past, imagination, projection, identity, free. Okay, speak now something. Feel where you are. Feel who you are. When time is gone, mind is gone, other is gone. Life is gone, death is gone also. There is something that cannot go. Speak from that something that cannot go. Whatever comes and goes is not you, and must be witnessed by that which does not come and go. Has the bomb detonated for you?
Для тебя бомба уже разорвалась?
Это мой вопрос. Мне вопрос.
Is this a question to me?
To all the me's there is.
Для всех я, которые сидят здесь.
Здравствуй, Mooji.
Hello, Mooji.
Huh?
Здравствуй.
Hello, Mooji.
Hello.
Hello, всем. Hello, всем.
And hello, everyone.
What is happening with you?
Что происходит для тебя сейчас с тобой?
I don't know. Ну, тело трясется,
My body is shaking,
Yes.
а со мной ничего не происходит.
but nothing is happening to me.
Very good. Very good.
Очень хорошо.
Because if body is shaking,
Потому что,
same, mind is shaking,
потому что если тело трясется,
no
оно
difference.
трясется,
Body shaking,
ум
mind is
трясется,
shaking, nothing is happening to me.
никакой разницы нет. Со
Why?
мной ничего не происходит. Почему?
Потому что меня нет.
Because there is no me.
Is this a devastating discovery or?
Это обнаружение тебя обескураживает?
No.
Yeah.
После разговора с тобой в Москве в скайп-сатсанге в декабре,
After the last Skype satsang in Moscow, after I talked to you
Yes.
in December,
Yeah.
я стала, утром проснулась пространством.
I woke up the next morning and there was just space.
Yes.
И в большей степени я себя осознаю, этим, но в нем есть я и все остальное, вот тело.
And for the most part, I see myself as this, but I also see that there is body and the little me in this.
Yes.
Это во мне, и вот все звуки, которые происходят, они во мне.
All of this is in me, and every sound that is sounded is sounded in me.
Yes.
И все, что происходит, это во мне.
And everything that is happening is also happening in me.
Yes.
Я вчера сидела, как была, и плотности, они как проваливаются и тают во мне.
Yesterday I just sat by myself and I saw how this density is just disappearing. Something dense is disappearing.
Yes.
И совсем не хочется отвлекаться.
And you just don't want to be distracted from this.
Yes. Yes.
И
This is the most beautiful thing.
Это самое прекрасное.
And yet at the same time, it is the most feared thing.
И в то же самое время это самое страшное.
The fear comes to the mind
И страх приходит для ума.
because the mind cannot conceive what it is like if there is no me.
Потому что ум не может постичь, не может понять,
Personally.
как значит, как быть без меня, личного.
Yeah. But experience
Но опыт, переживание
is you're in total completeness.
заключается в том, что ты в полной завершенности.
You're still able to perceive the dynamic existence
Ты все равно воспринимаешь все динамическое проявление существования.
and still have a sense of a you moving in it.
И все равно продолжаешь ощущать, что есть некое «я», которое передвигается в
But
этом.
this dynamic self
Но это динамичное «я»
is also being experienced in you.
также проживается в тебе.
You appear to be the dynamic and the non-dynamic self.
И таким образом ты и динамическое «я», и нединамическое «я».
Yes. The dynamic self appears to be in time,
Динамическое «я», как кажется, проявляется во времени,
but the weakness of this self is beyond time,
но наблюдатель, свидетель всего этого за пределами времени.
and there is no conflict.
И в этом нет никакого конфликта, противоречия.
Yes. Except when too much energy goes into the dynamic
Конфликт
identity
появляется только тогда, когда слишком много энергии придается динамическому отождествлению,
and begin
идентичности.
to manifest as identity, desire, and attachment.
И тогда проявляется отождествленность и привязанность.
Yes. Which narrows down your world.
И это как бы сужает твой мир, твою картину мира.
Otherwise, the world is full.
А если этого всего нет, мир переполнен.
And even if it is changing rapidly or slowly,
И даже если он изменяется быстро или медленно,
makes no difference to you.
для тебя никакой разницы нет.
Isn't that your experience?
Так ты переживаешь сейчас это?
Yeah, yeah.
И уже даже и нет страха.
And there is no fear even.
Просто личность, она сдается на волю, и это счастье.
But this person is surrendering,
Yes, yes.
and there is happiness in this surrender.
Yes, this surrendering is a thinning away.
Да, это вот эта сдача, ты как бы исчезаешь понемногу,
Yeah. Like the smoke of incense in the wind.
как, например, благовоние, дым благовония, исчезающий на ветру.
But this disappearing, this surrendering and disappearing
Но это исчезновение, это сдача,
is a great joy
в этом великая радость,
because it unveils the real.
потому что в этом ты видишь реальность, в этом раскрывается для тебя реальность,
Which cannot disappear
которая не может исчезнуть
and cannot appear either.
и не может проявиться.
Yeah. Yes. And this is why you can bear your disappearance,
Вот почему ты можешь вынести свое собственное исчезновение,
because you've discovered the real self that cannot disappear,
потому что ты обнаружила истинное «Я», которое исчезнуть не может,
the one that does not belong to time.
то, которое не принадлежит времени.
Yes. This is why you're so happy.
Вот почему ты так счастлива.
Так и есть.
This is so.
Yes, yes, yes.
И здесь я для того, чтобы совсем исчезнуть, полностью все отдать.
I'm here to only disappear completely. I would like to surrender everything
Yes,
there
yes.
is.
This is your attitude, that is your joy,
Пусть будет таким твое отношение, в этом твоя радость,
that is your privilege.
в этом твоя привилегия,
Yeah. That is grace.
в этом милость, благодать.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you have tasted you without you,
Когда ты вкусила «я» без меня,
yes, you don't want him back.
тебе не хочется свое маленькое «я» вернуть.
You say now everything can go, everything can go.
Тогда ты говоришь, пусть все уходит, пусть все забирайте.
Everything can go. Yeah. Because you are life
Потому что ты
and
жизнь.
also the perceiver of life.
Ты жизнь и воспринимающий жизнь.
And you know
И ты
you
знаешь,
are timeless.
что ты за пределами времени.
Yes. For this reason you come.
По этой причине ты здесь.
Don't waste time trying to develop the ego.
Не трать время на то, чтобы развивать свое эго.
Find the real.
Обнаружь то, что реально.
Yeah. It's right here where you say I. He's right there also.
Оно прямо там, где ты произносишь «я». Оно прямо здесь.
Very happy, very happy.
Очень счастлив.
Можно я еще? Меня мои друзья в Москве просили сказать, что очень любят тебя.
My friends in Moscow wanted me to tell you that how much they love you.
И что очень ждут тебя в России и в Москве, в частности.
And they're waiting for you to come back to Russia and to Moscow.
Okay.
Спасибо тебе большое. Спасибо всем.
Thank you, Mooji, and thank you, everyone.
Tell them
Передаем.
спасибо.
Передаем спасибо.
Я люблю тебя.
Я люблю тебя.
Is right like this? Is right? Okay.
Я люблю тебя.
Yeah, thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
When I try to see myself, as you say, different and separate from the mind, I think it's only my mind seeing the other part of my mind. I'm
Okay.
not able to see what is the difference in the real me versus.
Okay. Let's assume that your answer is true. That perhaps it's just the mind looking at the mind. Okay? But what would be perceiving that? Slow.
Right.
So I want you to feel what you're speaking now. Suppose it's the mind looking at the mind is looking at the mind. What is there to say maybe it's the mind looking at the mind? What is looking at the mind looking at the mind? A third mind?
No, I think it's just the two. I think it's just one part of me which sees the other part, and what sees is the other part. So what is seeing is just one part of the mind. What is the other is just thoughts.
Okay.
So I can see my thoughts, but what is seeing is still me, and I think that's still part of my mind. I'm not
Okay.
able to see that which is seeing as separate from my mind.
Okay. Let's stop calling things mind.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Because then there's a lot of, because mind actually means thought, basically, no? And the activity of thought. Right? So let's not use the word mind.
Okay.
Just say, I think it is myself looking at myself. Can you say that? Or what will be looking at what?
No, I think it's myself looking at my thoughts.
Yes.
But what myself is still my identity. I am not bereft of my identity.
Okay, so
what is my real self is not
Okay.
what I'm able to realize.
Okay. Something in there is able to discern and say, I believe it is my what you may say, my cultured self is looking at its own conditioning or something. Would you be saying? What did you say last? You can use your own words here again.
Yeah, so when I try and look at myself trying to see the real me,
Yes.
I only end up seeing me and not what I perceive to be real me. And then what
Yes.
I see at times is thoughts, so I am
Where
lost.
would you get the notion of a real you from?
I don't know. I'd want to understand, is that what I'm experiencing, the real me, or is that something else that I have to experience to know that it is the real me? Because
Well, you have to then leave the object and concentrate on the subject. Because even if something is looking at something else, is the something else is looking at it also?
No.
Okay, so there is definitely, even if it's mind looking at mind, one aspect is playing as object, another part is playing as subject.
Correct.
You okay?
Correct.
So let's stay with the subject part of it,
Correct.
because the object is only perceived in the subjective perspective.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's look at the subject mind.
Yes.
Okay? When the subject mind has no object to look upon,
Sorry.
when the subject mind has no object to look upon,
Right.
what is its condition? Experience it also. You say that it's always looking at something. It's always looking. Oh, yeah, maybe I'm just looking at. Okay, let's take the object away. And now, what is the subject?
So when I look at the subject mind, it's still my identity. I am not bereft of my
but
identity.
identity is also an object also.
I don't get that experience. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, let's have a look and see. Okay. When I, as subject, cease looking at my projections, which I call objects, I am still only aware that I, as subject, am perceiving my conditioned identity.
Yes. I'm just myself, as in whatever is my conditioning, whoever I am, man, human being, I'm not able to see anything
Okay,
beyond that.
no, look. So what I call object is all these notions of man and human being and so on. You follow? I would call them objects also. I'm not just talking about objects formed out of the 5 elements, which have a material quality about them. I'm speaking about whatever is perceivable phenomenally, as in thought and feelings, things which don't exist by themselves. They are only existing in the mind of the perceiver. Do you follow or not like that?
Yeah, I do. When I say I think like a man, I say that when I experience myself,
Yes.
as in the subject, I still am what I am. I am not still
Okay.
able to experience the real self which is beyond me.
So this subject that you're talking about is still got some object in it. It's a subject-object.
I just feel it is the subject. And I think
Yeah.
it's just the subject, but
Subject meaning what? Sorry, if
Subject-
you don't understand what we're talking, it's okay, just relax. If you do, enjoy. Go on, tell me. So this subject, yeah, okay, it
So-
has, yeah. What constitute the subject?
so the subject is what I feel I am.
What you feel you are.
And many a times the object is the external world or my thoughts or
Yeah.
my emotions.
Yes.
And many a times I can see my thoughts, my emotions, my world, my detachments.
Okay,
But I'm not able to.
you who are seeing is precisely what? Just go in and look where I'm speaking. You who are seeing, without your ideas about yourself, which are also seeable, huh? With me now, you are what?
Yeah, so when I see without any notions,
Yes.
I still am that tiny self which the lady earlier was talking about. I still am,
By what do you define a tiny self? How do you distinguish a tiny self?
meaning I don't see a connect with everybody else around here. I don't
No.
see.
Everybody else is something objective. That's out there.
Okay.
That's not the subject now. These are the objects. Okay. So when you look and you say to the external things, which is on this side of the eyes,
Right.
okay, this I'm calling generally the objective world. Then even behind the eyes, still feel external to something if it is the world of feelings and thought and memory, projections, imagination, all of that is still external to something which is there. Is right or not?
Right.
Okay. If I keep looking, then you say, yes, but I'm still left, if I dismiss all of that as objective, I'm still left with little self. I said, little self is what? Is it phenomenal or non-phenomenal?
No, I don't feel it that way. I just feel that it still is easy to get overpowered by insecurities, by fear, by
So that
everything else.
must be an objective self.
So that's why I'm wanting to find out the difference between that objective self to move to the subjective self, which I'm not able to bridge that gap.
Okay, no, don't try to move. All I'm saying is this one that you are saying now, we are shutting down the room now. All the things that you can see, you're saying, I am not going to be combined. I'm not combined with this, not combined with that, not combined with this, not combined with the senses, not combined with time, not combined with images, not combined with memory, not combined with attachment, not combined with desire. So what's left now?
That's just the feeling of my identity. That's all. Whatever it is
but
called.
Wait. But identity is somehow something more tangible, isn't it? It is still object. Identity, because identity keeps changing or not?
No, this is the continuum that I have felt always when I was born till today. So I
Yes.
feel that there is something which has not changed, but that which has not changed, I don't feel that's supreme or realizable or anything great about it. I just think that it is.
Okay,
and I can see that it's not
okay.
changed.
That which doesn't change,
Yes.
what is the size of it?
There is no size. It's just
Very
a
good.
feeling.
Wait, it's just a feeling, okay? And whose feeling?
It's just because I have to use some word, I have
Yeah,
to
no,
say
it's
it's
okay.
a feeling.
It's me, okay.
Yeah, it's me.
So you have
It's
to
just
use some words, so you say it's me. And me is the feeling.
Yeah, it's just that I am alive, so I feel it, so that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yes. What's the problem?
No, I just want to ask, is that what it is? And is there anything else?
That's what it is here. It's not what it is here. You see, the mind is saying something and perceiving this and saying, but is that what it is? Then it has a kind of psychic mental idea of that. It's not that. Is that what it is here?
No, it's not here because I still get overpowered by my fears, by everything else.
So this one is not the right one because it cannot be overpowered by anything.
Exactly, and that's what I want to know. What is it that I need to feel or experience, and how do I do that so that I don't get overpowered again?
Good. I'm very enjoying it. Okay, so that one, which I was feeling, but that's it. Then you say no, but when that gets overpowered.
Yes.
So if it gets overpowered, it being overpowered must also be perceived.
Yeah, so I perceive it that I am getting overpowered, but I am not able to help
something is getting overpowered.
Yes.
Using the name I am getting overpowered.
Yes.
The sense of overpoweringness, something is being overpowered, is also perceived and energetically experienced.
Yes.
Something is going, and then there's something here that is not caught in the bubble of that experience.
No, I am caught in that bubble of that experience.
I don't agree. Come on. The I that is caught in the bubble of that experience, okay, that is not your ultimate you. That is a sensation that is your favorite sensation, the favorite place that you've been parking your consciousness. And then you say, yeah, that's all there is to me. More than this, there isn't. This all there is that I can see everything, but then sometimes something just goes, whoa, and then that's being overpowered, and it's so overpowering, there's no space to observe that.
No, I observe it, but I'm not able to overcome my fear. So I don't get that fearlessness. I don't get that feeling of all-encompassing love.
Then when this feeling of fear comes,
yes,
then you can do two things. One is the feeling of fear comes, and the question, if you can put it, precisely what is being overcome by the fear. Let me see if I can identify this one. That's one thing you can really do and try to see without imagining, to see what exactly overpowering means. Maybe you can help me now. What does overpowering mean?
Yeah, so For example, I may have a fear of losing my loved one. I know who is getting that fear.
Yes.
I know that it's just a fear. I know that I'm going to lose somebody eventually. I know that I'm going to lose this body eventually.
Yes, you are going to lose the body eventually. So this you who may lose the body mean the body is not you. You
Absolutely.
lose the body.
Agreed. No problem with that.
Okay. So this you who will still be there after the body is gone because
No,
my body is gone.
That I don't experience, whether I will be there after the body is gone. I think my existence is unchangeable with the body, but to me it's just a notion
Yes.
that once the body is gone, I will still be there.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of losing the body, by the way. But
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
In deep sleep, are you aware of your body?
I am not.
Okay. Would you say you don't exist in deep
No,
sleep?
I do exist. When I wake up, I do realize I exist. I see dreams,
No,
so I know.
but only when you wake up you realize that you existed but was unaware of your existence.
Yes. Only when I wake up, I realize I existed. But
So
at that
you
time,
don't enjoy sleep.
I do enjoy sleep when I'm in deep sleep. So when I don't dream and when I get a small span of
So
time.
you are there in deep sleep,
Absolutely.
but without the body.
Yes. No, but I'm there at that. I'm there at that time, but I'm not aware the way I'm aware right now of my body.
So what you are speaking about is that when there's something is here, the sense I am,
Yes.
when this is here, then that cognitive functioning of time and space and other and in all these things are there, feelings and the sense of loss and getting and joy and sorrow, all these things are there. And the senses in their material functioning, chemical functioning, emotional function, all this is perceived when that is there. But in the deep sleep, this I am somehow subsides into another state.
Yes.
So the cognitive functioning is suspended, at least for the duration of deep sleep or something.
Yes.
So I'm asking you if in that duration of deep sleep, if you exist or not.
I do, but
You
I
exist.
don't experience it, and that's possibly the experience I want to get.
Aha.
What is it that exists
You
at
say you
that
don't
time?
experience anything, no comment, no report. Nothing to report.
No.
Because the experiencer of time, space was not there.
Yes.
Okay? So once that microchip is taken out, nothing. It's like a camera without a film in it. There, but nothing to report. Okay? So you admit that I exist in that state.
Absolutely.
I exist in that state, but I have no report to make about
Yes.
it. Why you have no report to make about it? Because the SD card is not in. The thing that holds the memory and all of this was not there. It was the I am that subsided, so no report. But you enjoy sleep. You enjoy sleep not because you wake up in the morning and you study your bed and see, well, I must have had a good night because, the sheets are quite composed. No, you actually enjoy sleep, isn't it? Something was there. Some subtle form of consciousness must be still there to enjoy.
No, I enjoy after I wake up. I get that feeling of enjoyment after I wake up. So I was tired before I slept, and I enjoy after I wake up. But during the phase I was in deep sleep state, I am not having anything to report.
Okay, let me try another one then. See if I can find another way to talk to you. In the waking state, somehow, even through the cognitive functioning is going on, there is a space that is aware of the cognitive functioning or not?
Yes.
Very good. That is a space. Is it functioning?
It's continuously there. It doesn't need to function.
Continuously there. It's not there.
It
Beautiful.
doesn't need to function.
Very beautiful.
It's just there, but it gets overpowered. So I think
No,
that
it doesn't get overpowered. What are you speaking? How you can say how we get overpowered?
for me, and that's why I'm thinking
yes,
that
this
maybe
you,
it's not real.
this you. You see, sometimes I say that sometimes the egoic I becomes so subtle. I say that he goes to sleep even in the pillowcase of God. Or I say this sense, it goes behind the eyeballs of the seer and says, look, there's nothing. You understand? Very subtle. And in this case, he's gone right into the subtlest place and he says, look, yes, I'm always here. I'm always here. Even no cognitive functioning, I'm always here. I said, wow, that's pretty good. But I get overwhelmed. I said, no, I got you. I got you. You cannot be overwhelmed. Something experiences the sense of being overwhelmed and sees, because overwhelmingness is felt, and then it subsides and it's gone. And it is seen just in the same way that you feel a sore throat and you feel this feeling, oh my gosh, it's like I feel a sore throat is coming on. And it becomes full sore throat that you're speaking like that. And all the time you know you're not the sore throat. Then the sore throat goes and you are still the same.
Yes.
So something received the sore throat condition and something feels it suffered it. And behind this is the awareness of the sense of suffering of sore throat. But that did not suffer.
That is still not my experience. That suffers.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is still not my experience. That thing suffers. In that period of time, it suffers. After that, it does not. But in that period of time, it suffers.
What can I do now for you? God. Because it has to be experienced. Everything I say, you have to experience. I don't push you, only you have to believe. If you believe, it's good. But if you experience, better, no, as well.
Yeah, so I want to experience, but...
I think you think it's not your experience.
No, I want to experience, but I think it is not that I'm experiencing. So I want help to know how do I experience it. I can intellectualize it, but I can't experience it.
You see, if you, the one who said, if you were real to experience it, you could not keep it. Please listen, let me slow down now.
Yeah.
Huh? If the you that you claim yourself to be could experience that totality, it will be a flick and it will be gone. Because you are not stable. This you you're speaking about is not stable. You see? It is stable, but you are not stable. But because most reality is given to your identity as you feel it is you who is stable and the other thing that comes and goes. Even you say it's not come yet. If you could receive illumination and then feel you survive that and then says, actually, I had him for a while and he escaped the Supreme. I would say, well, that's not so. So you cannot keep it. You cannot have this experience and keep it as a you keeping it.
I'm sorry I lost you at that.
Yes. Come here. Come. Yeah, come here a minute. Very good. Sit for me now. Tell me the last thing you said.
I want to experience, that feeling which cannot then be overpowered. I feel myself as a continuum, but what I feel...
You experience yourself as a continuum that is mutable, which means that it can be affected by things.
No, I feel myself as a continuum, something in me as a continuum which is not changing.
Yes.
There's a lot of
so
things.
So therefore it cannot be overwhelmed.
But it does. I get overwhelmed.
No, I get overwhelmed, but when the overwhelmed I is not the continuum.
So how do I bridge that gap? Please help me with that. But that's what I want to make my experience. It's here in intellectualize.
Yes.
I intellectualize it, but I don't experience it. Till I experience it, I don't believe it's true.
Yes. Can you show me you?
No, I can't.
Why?
I can't show it to you, it's just there. You can see it, or I can see it.
How
but
does it get overwhelmed?
Because when I get overwhelmed, when I get fear, it's me, and that time there are no two identities, it's
And
just one.
that is personal.
That is?
Personal.
As in?
It is personal because it is being overwhelmed by material manifestation, relationship, and the sense of loss. These are a reaction to material things. So it has some material kind of quality in it.
Absolutely, it has.
Isn't it?
Yes, it has.
What weakness is this?
So what is my continuum witness is it?
Yes.
But what is witnessing is also getting affected by it, which I don't want it to get affected, because then it should not, ideally. That's the intellectualization, right? I do get impacted. I see it. I see that, okay, this is my fear, this is my emotion, but I am not detached from it yet. I am still there and I'm experiencing it at that time, even though what is experiencing, what is seeing, is actually not affected, but it is in a way because it is not detached.
No, either it is not affected, cannot be affected in a way. Either is not affected.
Then it is affected.
Then it is not affected. Then we disagree on this one.
Yeah, then it is affected.
Because I'm trying to find an example for you. No.
It is affected. At that time, it is affected. Otherwise, I don't have to come here and ask you for help.
I just don't see how you don't see that at all. I really can't get it. I don't see how you can say this. No. That in the final thing, something gets over. Everything else is when something over there in your family, somebody is getting overwhelmed by something. Response happens here, and it doesn't like the response of there. Then that overwhelmingness starts to come in, and it starts to feel overwhelmed here. So the personal, something personal is feeling overwhelmed. It's a personal response, a personal reaction.
So I lost my...
And you're saying that impacts upon the impersonal
Yes, it
self.
does. Yes, it does. So I lost my mother. I could see she's lying there. She's dead. I could see my emotions. I can see that, this is all right. She was of age, etc., etc. And I know that there is something in me which is watching, which is detached. But still I'm crying. Still I'm not able to control myself.
But why should you not cry? Why should you not feel?
But what is feeling then? Meaning, who is feeling?
Your dynamic aspect, your dynamic self, your waking state condition, your dynamic self is experiencing all of this. Like when it is into deep sleep, it's not going to get overwhelmed, is it?
No, it is not.
No, why? Because this, the experiential quality, the sense I am, the sense of presence, itself, it is phenomenal to that deeper seeing. It collapses into a kind of obliviousness, no? But you say, but I'm still there, but not functioning in duality like perceiving and having these things. Can you be overwhelmed in deep sleep?
No, in deep sleep, I can't be because I just
So
don't
your
have...
overwhelmingness is conditioned. It means that it can be experienced only in the waking state.
Correct.
Yeah. So it is not seamless. It is something that belongs to certain states. And yet you say that there is behind this that which is unchanging.
Yes.
But you're making this make sense. But sometimes it gets affected by the state that overwhelmingness can be felt.
Yes, because at that point, both merge. Like my unchanging self and whatever I'm seeing, they merge. And then what is unchanging gets merged, which ideally, in intellectual sense, should not.
My experience is not like that.
My experience is like that.
Yes.
I'm sorry to be arguing
No,
with you.
no, because we are here for this. We have no hidden corners here. That's why I'm happy to look with you, no?
Sure, thank you for that.
Because it is only, I feel it's a point of view that is highly believed in, than it is actually. I think your actual experience is what I'm saying, but your believed experience is what your mouth is saying. Because everybody is experiencing the self, but unaware of it that this is a self. Because whatever notions you have put inside gets preferential attention, and so it overrides. Sometimes the obvious is not seen, yeah, and the imagined is believed to be the actual. And I think this is a case of this, and I have to prove it to you somehow. Or I have to prove it with you.
And
You see? And I'm trying to look at what I'm going to do. It's going to come in some form. It's going to come in some way here. I don't know if it's this by this, but you are here for a few days or not?
I'm here for 2 days. I'm here till Monday.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this is okay too. Maybe this is okay. Maybe it's enough.
Right.
Okay? And then let me just feel it through, feel it out.
Sure.
Because I quite like a challenge like this also.
That's not my intent. I am seeking
No,
help.
no, I know. If it was your intent, then we would have sorted that out long ago. But because it feels genuine and I'm trying to find a way to see it, and I say, okay, let's see how it happened. Yeah, I know it's not merely an intellectual debate. That genuinely you are searching for something, to see something which I think you're seeing, but not you're misinterpreting. Actually. I'm trying to see if we can give you in some way, actually, directly as we're talking, the direct experience, the proof of it, or the proof will come in some other way to you.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
I think
So
I'll
we'll
give
leave it
others some chance, and maybe I'll stay in touch. or
Okay,
something.
okay, we'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you. Yes, very
Thank you
good.
for your
Thank
time.
you,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Who is it who will come? Somebody, you know? Because you... Come? Ah, okay. Yes. Are you the one who fainted?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she has a bucket, special bucket for you.
It's like when I get close to you, I want to throw up.
I get all the best compliments in the world. You make me sick. Okay.
So actually, I don't have a question right now. I'd like to ask if I could sit next to you, and I'll bring the bucket.
Okay. Come, you can
Yes,
come.
please. Thank you.
Okay. We don't mind, we don't mind. A multi-purpose bucket also, we don't know. Very good. Okay. This is good. This is good. I like this, If someone is prepared to come in front of the whole world for freedom. Very good. Yeah. So who is was somebody who has a strong, of a burning to come? Because if I point, there's a point, sometimes I point to somebody else. Okay, you come. Doesn't matter. So who really wants to come? You want to come? You get up there then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I exactly don't have a question, but I just want, I'm having a prayer and I just want to confirm something. I have this feeling, the sense of I am. I feel the space of I am, the space of the awareness in which awareness space in which I feel everything is arising, all my thoughts, emotions,
Yes.
mind, the presence of body. I can see them arising, and I can also see them subsiding into this space of awareness. And I am not doing anything
Yes.
in this, and I am untouched by this space.
Yes.
Nothing is happening to me, even though there are times when I'm overwhelmed and when I have this fear or I have intense emotions. So earlier I used to be fully into that. I could not detach myself from that
Yes.
position, from that seeing. But now I'm able to be in the position, even though the emotions are there, they arise and then they subside.
Yes.
I can be in that space. Many times I can be, and many times the attention or the focus goes away, and I know that it's gone away, but I'm seeing that also.
Okay, so 1 second, because this is somehow pertaining and have something that the previous questioner can pay attention a little bit to, because you're almost saying similar thing, that even though I am aware of that my senses are playing like this, mind, thoughts, emotions are coming, I perceive them arising or appearing in this space of kind of conscious space, and they're also disappearing in that conscious space. And even though I still have a sensation of being overwhelmed, also you use similar word, I see that that also changes. As there's a time when it was feeling like I'll be overwhelmed and there's no space to see this because it filled the screen of my perception. So there was no space to see this. That's imagined, by the way, but experienced, it feels like that. Then gradually I'm seeing that actually, no, I can be there also and observe that this overwhelming feeling is just also another phenomenon. Whereas maybe earlier I felt, well, I can't go further than this. I cannot jump over this fence, it's too high. When the feeling of overwhelmingness comes, then somehow I can't get out of it to see it. But the significant thing I'm hearing from you is that when that feeling comes, I'm finding that there's space, and more and more I'm getting used to the fact that I'm still the witness here of the sense of overwhelmingness. Are you saying this?
Yes.
Carry on then for me.
And I am aware that this seeing is taking place. I know that I am perceiving, I don't know what, but I know that there's a knowingness that what I am perceiving everything. If I sit quietly, I know or even if I'm talking, I know I am perceiving everything.
Yes.
And I'm not doing anything to perceive, but
Yes.
this is functioning automatically.
Yes.
If I go towards some object or something else, then my attention goes that side and I lose focus. But if I'm able to keep the focus here, then I know that everything is fine, all is well.
Can I just come in there for a minute and say that even when focus moves away from the self, you may say, let's use this word, moves away onto some object.
Yes, yes.
And it is as though you're saying that creates some atmospheric change and something happens to the basic thing, like something is lost or what?
No, nothing is lost.
Nothing is lost.
Momentarily it feels, but earlier it used to be that more I used to be feeling lost. I had the sense of more feeling lost, but now I do not feel so lost. I know that everything is fine. I come back to this space, this witnessing space.
Yes.
But I can't go any further. I mean, I know something is perceived. I know I'm perceiving, but I don't know what is perceiving.
Yes. Listen to this question. Listen to this, no? Or after saying this, I don't know what is actually perceiving. And do I want to know what is actually perceiving? Do I want to know? Is it necessary that I know what is perceiving? And who is this I that needs to know what exactly is perceiving? Isn't perceiving itself arising? Isn't perceiving itself perceived also?
Yes.
Okay? So who then is left now to say, but I don't know who is doing it? Is it the scientist is coming up? Who is coming in?
I think the mind is trying to come and interpret I'm
Yeah.
not. That is why I want to.
It's trying to rise up now because normally in any kind of inquiry, it has to end up with an objective conclusion to something. It must say, finally, my closing statements are that the self is a peanut, basically. And we've got it here. It wants to say this. And somewhere in the psyche is something that's going like, anticlimax. We can't produce the ultimate thing. And it's leaving some feeling of, I've got to answer this question. But that also is perceived. You see? You, the sense, the space, which is more than space, because even space is perceived in you. Okay? You are the total contentment because you are nothing at all. You are no thing at all. And therein lies your completeness. Okay? The mind is afraid to be no thing because in no thing it cannot survive. The mind is your counterpart. He came down, descended with you into the realm of multiplicity, duality, to function as your friend and foe for a while. And you have relied upon the mind as your private Google to say, oh, you know what you're doing. And he's always telling lies, but you're still together. And, it was your pal. Okay? And now in the final stages of looking, he's gasping for air. Because you're finding that you don't breathe. And he has to breathe. You see? And there's this kind of feeling there, you see? And he said, but I can't see who it is there. This is a mental stuckness. It means that it cannot be satisfied that are you ultimately tangible or intangible? Or ultimately, are you material or immaterial? Experience. You see, something is always relied upon matter as its anchor, as its support. And now matter is seen also to be just a kind of, it's a thought sensation in him. Then also subtler forms of phenomenal manifestations of thought, sensation, space, and so on. They are also being admitted through experience that they also are weightless, they are empty actually. Now you come to the final one who is the measurer of manifestation, the mind itself. Is searching to try and is gasping for here because it cannot measure the emptiness, which is satisfied within itself, eternally, always. But he's still there saying, unfinished business, what do we sign? And there's nothing to sign. The mind is saying, I can't resign until I sign. Basically. Then who are you? When you can bear and be your emptiness, you are free. Sometimes we can't bear our own emptiness. Something keeps wanting to put up more words in, fill up the bucket of the emptiness, and then say play, and you have to play all this rackle. Now the piggy bank is empty, nothing shaking. Huh? I said a statement before. It says, I am. Before the idea that I need to remember myself or that I could forget myself was believed. I am before the idea that I could forget myself or that I needed to remember myself was believed and accepted. Do you hear it? Yes. So what has happened here is that we have believed a lie, something. You believed that you need to practice to be yourself. You need to search. And because that was universally believed and unchallenged, the whole world set about to try and create techniques to be what it already is. Because everything else you had to practice to do. And now the mind's trying to practice to be you. And we bought it. And it's not that the mind is the enemy, because at the end of the game, the mind also is going to be well paid. Well done, you did a good job. You did what you needed to do. Because the more it seemed to create, it cannot create, it suggests. And you purchase. Because even the greatest salesman in the world cannot sell you unless you buy. Okay? He can tell you, look, this is the best thing for you. It's the best thing for you. Bikinis in the Antarctic. Really, really good. Solar bikinis for the Antarctic. And you'll be going, sounds like a really good idea. Okay? But you have to buy. You cannot say, listen, I sold it to her. No, I said I offered it, she bought. And this is what has happened a bit. That something feels like you're giving the final word to your mind to say, but inconclusive evidence. And not to your heart.
So it is, I feel it is still that identity, some identity is there playing as the one who still wants the final enlightenment and liberation, who is still not arrived yet.
Yes, it is there. And you, the one who is always complete, still have a little bit of that hypnosis floating around in your bloodstream. Just enough to say, yeah, maybe like this. But you're totally here. You're totally here.
Mooji, I have a prayer. Please burn everything so that nothing remains.
Yes.
So that only you remain and nothing remains.
Yes.
Please burn everything.
It is burnt.
Thank you. Thank you. I believe you.
It is burnt. This fire does not take long. Unless it's lit by the mind.
Thank you.
Very good.
Mooji. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. I think my question is very much in continuation of
continuation.
What we heard before. It relates to what happens when I am getting rid of all the will.
Get closer to the microphone,
yes,
please.
When there is no will, when I am meditating, there's no will, there are no phenomena.
So when you're meditating and there's no
will,
no wind.
No will.
No will.
Yes,
okay, no will.
No will to do anything, and I feel the space I can.
Okay.
Maybe it's difficult to put words on because there are no words.
Okay, so you've come to the space without
exactly.
identity.
It's
no
an
mind.
Expansion.
No mind space.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
and there I feel a tremendous energy rise.
A tremendous energy arise.
Yes, in the body.
In the body.
It feels more or less like a pressure.
A pressure.
Yes, a pressure.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the right thing is that I mean this is the last part of the self-grasping for air, as you said before. But how to work with that? I mean, working is will.
We
I
have
no
to
will.
bear everything your mind throws at you. And every movement, everything, because you've already analyzed it, even theoretically,
Yes.
even intellectually, you say, I cannot be this, it's not that, it's not this, it's not the wind, it's not the heavens, it's not the star, it's not the person, it's not the mind, it's not the object, it's not, nothing can be seen, it's not the hand, it's not the pointing finger, it's not the breath, no? Now comes the feeling. Now pictures are added to the concepts. Energy is coming in the body and like this, and they say, whoa, what's this? Also, it's not this. There's something that is not caught in this energy stream, where it is observed also. Observed doesn't mean that it's being followed. You're not watching it like a movie, but it's simply allowed to be expressed in that stillness. That stillness is not moving about. You see? The mind is like wind that is restless. It's always moving about. But it needs space to move about. You see? Space, being limitless, does not move about. So, the space can be without the wind, but the wind cannot move without the space. You must judge which is the greater. Okay? In your terms, you are the self. You are that space in which witnessing of anything, subtle or gross, is perceived, energetic or otherwise. So now, inside your meditative, contemplative state, energy suddenly starts to move in the body, and attention goes there. Then it wants to raise identity, to say, how can I get rid of it? But that's also phenomenal to the space which is not participating in this activity. It is not caught in the bubble of this activity. There is just witnessing. Where is the location of this witnessing? Where is the location of that which perceives inside and outside simultaneously? It is everywhere. It is everywhere. So from your everywhereness, energy is playing in this body, so let it play. Don't identify. The reflex is to identify and say, whoa, what is this?
What is this? And
now
this
my
stops.
meditation is affected and I want to stop this. But all of this is part of that energy stream. The one that the energy is impacting upon, and that which is complaining or saying, this, what can I do with this? That is also part of that stream. It is not the background. You are right in saying that your question is a continuum of the two previous questioners like this. We are mistaking that somehow that movement, is inseparable from the substratum. You see? And I say it is not, you see? Because you are in a space where if you had something pressing against the body and getting more and more tight, and still somewhere inside there is just awareness of it, and it's getting there, and there's a meter pressing more and more, and then it comes to ouch, and then the ouch feels like, hey, I want you to stop, but that I want you to stop is still something inside the phenomenal movement, and behind this is just the space. So as long as the vital force, the consciousness, and the body is here, the potential for energetic and sensual perception, emotional perception, all of this is going to be part of the dynamic expression of life. So we say, but how can that stay out of it? Because that is also in it. The ultimate self must also be feeling some pain. And we were disagreeing. I said, no, it is not feeling the pain. The pain is felt in the cognitive self. This is why we use the metaphor or the example of sleep. That in deep sleep, or if you have anesthetic, and you go to remove this left leg because it's got gangrene completely, and the doctor has just had a celebration of Holi last night and was completely stoned, comes in and is about to remove the right leg, okay? But there is no consciousness. The body's not going to say, hey, 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 no, the other leg. It's not going to say that because the consciousness is not there. You see? So we'll be cutting off the right leg, and the nurse comes and says, doctor, what are you doing? Oh, don't interfere. And you know, it's the other leg. Oh, oops. Doctor, oops. And that's it. So there isn't anything to say. The ultimate self is not going to say something unless it is destined that something should manifest like that. Now, it is a very, very difficult point to prove somehow if you strongly believe in your mind, and yet it is easy if you're looking from your heart to see that it is true. There's a place inside that is not. And this is why it is important sometimes to have very intense experiences. I used to get food poisoning, even from fresh food. One time I got it for 3 weeks, I had about 3 or 4 bouts of it. And it is the most painful thing that I had experienced until then, where your stomach feels like something's inside tying, and so stretching and twang, twang, and everything like this inside the body. And it gave me the chance to feel the intense pain and the ouches and the sweats and still inside something is untouched. Please tell me if this is true or not. And only in times like this, it becomes very clear that you are not this. Maybe if you don't feel this intensity of pain, you don't quite make the sense. You don't see the separation. Maybe if it's only soft and things, you think, well, maybe. But when it gets turned up, the volume gets turned up full power, you're able to see, yes, there's something here that is untouched. I remember once in Brazil, we were there and we had a good season of satsangs, and we arrived on a farm, and we were going to spend a week there just to chill for a little bit before we go to the next place. And we all got off there, very, very hot time in Belo Horizonte, and I saw a pool, and we all got, sort of changed and jumped, and I did this backflip into this pool, but it wasn't very deep. It was only about something like this. And then suddenly, unexpectedly, head hits concrete like this. And it was so, can you imagine, not expecting. But in that moment, I saw, I am already there to see and witness this pain. Totally. Like there was a separation of seeing and with the body experiencing this thud and the intelligence that says, go up to the surface or something like this. And something is here already. Didn't move 1 micromillimeter. The same thing is in you and is you, same way. That intelligence is there. This is your imperishable self. The rest that comes and goes, unreliable. It's there, and you come back, you say, oh, it's here. And you come back and it will not be there. It is like someone walking on a windy day, in the park, and just by the big banyan tree, a big wind removes his toupee, it's gone. And he's looking around and went to find some friends to come back to say, yes, it was right here I was standing when I lost it. And then it's of no value. It won't be there. Your toupee is nowhere around. Maybe in another park somewhere. We are looking for these things to say, okay, this is something. Nothing in the phenomenal world is that stationary. Even a mountain, you say, yes, but this. But the way you feel about it now, you come back and it will not feel the same way. This is what I mean. The mountain might be pretty much how it was, but your moods will change. Some factor, innumerable factors, are contributing to the way in which any experience is tasted. This is what I mean. It is unreliable. Everything is moving. Now, you may enjoy this dynamic play or suffer it, depending on who you take yourself to be in it. If you take yourself to be the person is looking for stable happiness, but the person is not stable. The truth is simple. But the seeker of truth is complex. Even if it found the truth, it will not feel the same way about it at different times. It's totally not reliable until you come at least to the state of presence. Because the presence is impersonal. It is not a person. And to see with impersonal eyes, there's something very clear because they have no investment in how things should turn out. It has no desire. And only the one who is desireless and who is free of identity will see clearly. See without desire. And still, no need to trust or mistrust. It's not about should I trust what I see. You have to know who you are or what you are. And to know does not mean that there's two of you, one knowing another. It's just the self recognizing itself. So when these things occur in your meditation or your inquiry, some unusual, very strong sensation or thought thing, which they will do, by the way, because in this pathless path, so to speak, the pointing is so direct. It's not leaving much room for your ego to hide. And this is why people feel they come and go here very fast, because your mind is going to do everything to get you out of here. If you're practicing in a path that has a lot of decorative places to go and hide and to play and to whatever it is, okay, you might stay longer because your ego, as an investment, it wants to enjoy the journey. But the pointing is so directly here from the first day, and people come and say, "This is my first day." It could be your last also, in the most beautiful way, or in the most ugly way. You may come and just think, "Oh no, it's not for me," and you go. That's fine. But you can also come and be here and catch the point. As you have seen, it has happened. People have come and they've just come and somehow it just one small point seen really clearly. One small point grasped really clearly, okay, will break down a lot of other nonsense. It's not that we are here studying big books of things, because it's all about you, and it's all in you, as you. The moment somehow you recognize this, superstructures of delusion will crumble. And this is why sometimes there's such fierce resistance and mind attacks, because it is as though something smells, there's a countdown, and it's going to do everything, it seems as though in the play, to sabotage your freedom. So if you are a bit weak-minded, you'll be easily distracted. But if you have tasted these distractions and you know that you are in a state of grace. You know that it is really possible what you came here for. You will go through. I am not tired of seeing your face appearing and again and again and again, because there's something for that persistence that comes until it is cured of this coming and going and bitterness and all that. You have to be cured of it. That is what I mean by winning yourself back from these states of delusion, which is causing so much sorrow and suffering in the world. Is because when man is not sitting right inside his own heart, he does foolish things. So this call is for you. It is you who must open up and go through the door of your own self. Don't wait for the other one. It is you. You are called by this power. You are called by this voice. And this voice is inside you also. And many of you know this. You know that what I'm speaking is the truth. I have not given you things to memorize, but eyes to see and to look and to clarify and to acknowledge and to recognize and to discover and to be. This is what Satsang invites in each one. So we can postpone, we're good at that also, or to be distracted by lesser things. This is also fine, because I'm not taking commission from you, okay? But I know that there's some here, otherwise I would not have come here. I have no personal investment in coming anywhere. But some power brings us together, because somebody here, at least one, but as many as can, you have to wake up to this, what I'm speaking. And it is my conviction that all the beings, the saints, and the jnanis, the wise ones, their presence are here in support of your seeing also. But our attachments, the fear of losing attachments, separating from our projections and so on, they will come up and they will take on magnified forms. And you will feel, actually, it's it will try to do this. But you always have the advantage if you are searching for the truth. When I look out and I see you, I only see the truth. In this play called life, and I know the story, we know it. But the call is for you. Whoever hears it in their heart, the call is for you. And the support is for you. And there's tremendous support for you. But there's also some force that is trying to keep your attention only on your physical and personal existence. And it will do this again and again and again and again to prolong this play of delusion and fantasy for as long as we wish to cooperate with it. We all play a role and play a part in this game. And it is a mighty game. But it is great to be experiencing all of this also. Whether you're going through a season of joy or sorrow. But if you're smart and if you can hear a little bit of what is being said and what is being pointed to, because it is not so complex. It only feels difficult because it's so direct. And sometimes things are so direct we don't see. Something so near you don't see. And the self is not near. God is not near. God is here, not near. But you want to see this as an object. You will not see it as an object. All you will see is some image, some projection. But the real thing, it has to start in you. And not your self-image also. You see, do you have what it takes? I say yes on your behalf. What do you say? I don't know. Yes. Thank you. For this reason we come. Then we can sit together. Then we can sit together. This is it.
Thank you.
Now, all these things about, for the next 10 years, next 5 years, I don't buy it. Tomorrow's, I am not interested. I meet people and we meet in the street and says, yeah, Mooji, when is your next satsang? When are you coming back? I said, I'm here now. Yeah, but when are you coming back? I said, that I don't know. I only know I'm here now. You're here now. Yeah, I'm coming. Papaji used to tell one story like this. He said that one of his devotees was always saying to the master, Papaji, I want to just finish up this business, what I'm doing at the moment, and I want to come and I'll come and sit at your feet for 6 months. And Papaji says, why don't you come to satsang, even for the weekend? Yes, I'm coming, I'm just almost doing that. This went on for quite some time. Then Papaji happened to be visiting his town and made a drop in, knocked on the door to surprise. Wife comes to the door, hey, Swamiji, how are you? He says, I'm very, very fine. I come to see how you are. Where is he? She says, come inside. On the shelf, an urn And my husband's ashes is in this one. 3.5 pounds of ashes. And my husband, he didn't make it. If you are going to be ashes, become vibhuti for God. If you're going to become a ghost, become the Holy Ghost. Don't become some old, worn out spirit. You are alive. You are alive. You are alive. And you're here. You see? So much grace, so much power, so much light is alive in you. And yet, because of this tamasic and rajasic functioning of mind and identity, you're not able to even appreciate your own light. Your presence represents Him. It's joy and life. And yet we complain and confused, that is. So satsang is here for you. Come home. Okay. Thank you. Somebody will come today to do something? How are you feeling? Better? Come a bit closer.
Namaste, Master.
Namaste.
Namaste, everybody. Jai Gurudev. First of all, I will render just one shloka from Bhagavad Gita, which is very special for this being said by Arjuna, the disciple. The very appropriate question said in the very appropriate manner of tremendous compassion, tremendous respect, and also devotion. The attitude made it extremely superb, by which the disciple soon became the very answer his master said later, which is my beloved master's very favorite example also. So I dedicate this one verse to begin with from Bhagavad Gita as a vibhuti at the shining forehead of my master, Mooji Mahadev. Arjuna uvacha कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यां निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. As there would be devotees, from millennium to millennium, this verse will have its own energy in the royal hearness. Ask that one question which all the devotees would pass by sometime or other in their pathless path of realization. Jai Gurudev. I come to the main rendering now, which is the full-blown description of my master in its exquisite form. And this author, poet, seer from India, through a few words, simply takes us, the listener, to the wordless. He describes and leads the listener to the descriptionless. The one in all in one, Shiva, one only, not with another, not with a second. Ekam evam advitiyam Shivam. Ekam evam advitiyam Shivam. Jai Mooji Maharaj. Sri Rudrashtakam Namami Shamishanya Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam Namami Shamishanya Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam Nijam Nirgunam Nirvikalpam Niriham Chidakashamakashavasam Bhajeham Chidakashamakashavasam Bhajeham Namami Shamishana Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam Nirakaram Omkaramulam Turiyam Girajnanagotidamisham Girisham Karalam Mahakalakalam Kripalam Gunagar Samsara Param Natoham Gunagar Samsara Param Natoham गुणागार संसारपारं नतोऽहम् नमामीशमीशान निर्वाणरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपम् तुषाराद्रिसंकाशगौरं गभीरं मनोभूतकोटिप्रभाश्रीशरीरं स्फुरन्मौलिकल्लोलिनी चारुगङ्गा लसत्फालफालेन्दुकण्ठे भुजङ्गा चलत्कुण्डलं भ्रुश्रुनेत्रं विशालं प्रसन्नाननं नीलकण्ठं दयालं मृगाधीशचर्माम्बरं मुण्डमालं प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि नमामीशमीशान निर्वाणरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपम् प्रचण्डं प्रकृष्टं प्रगत्भं परेशम् अखण्डम् अजं भानुकोटिप्रकाशं त्रयः शूलनिर्मूलनं शूलपाणिं भजेऽहं भवानीपतिं भावगम्यम् नमामीशमीशान निर्वाणरूपम् विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपम् कलातीतकल्याणकल्पान्तकारी सदा सज्जनानन्ददाता पुरारी चिदानन्दसन्दोहमोहापहारी प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो मन्मथारी न यावत् उमानाथपादारविन्दं भजन्तीह लोके परे वा नराणां न तावल् सुखं शान्तिसन्तापनाशम् प्रसीद प्रभो सर्वभूतादिवासं प्रसीद प्रभो सर्वभूतादिवासं नमामीशमीशान निर्वाणरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपम् न जानामि योगं जपं नैव पूजां न तोऽहं सदा सर्वदा शम्भुतुभ्यं जराजन्मदुःखौखतातभ्यमानं प्रभो पाहि यावन्नमामीश शम्भो प्रभो पाहि यावन्नमामीश शम्भो नमामीशमीशान निर्वाणरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपम् Just fill me totally, Guruji, with your presence only, nothing else. Let this vessel be filled only by you, without even the boundaries of any vessel.
Very good.
One kiss.
Yes.
Sri Mooji will sit with us for about 10 minutes now. Some of you may need to leave for lunch or for another program, and we invite you to do that now and to please leave swiftly and quietly, and the rest can remain where you are. And when the sitting is finished, Sri Mooji will leave the platform and there will be no darshan line. Thank you.
You want to stay? Or you want? Yes, yes. You can stay. Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om Shri Arunachala Shiva Mahadeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Punjaji. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Christ. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Anandamayi Ima. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Yogiram Sarat Kumar. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Mahadevi. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ram. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti.